everyone's bashing it, so let's talk about Tron Ares. So this here is another legacy sequel to the original Tron movie that came out in the 80s, which was a groundbreaking movie for visual effects of its time. It used a little bit of the first known CGI, and as well, it was visually groundbreaking for its time, and it talked a lot about computers when we really didn't know what the broader possibilities of AI and all these things were. And it was a really cool and interesting like cautionary tale, which we're seeing more and more kind of realize now. Tron Ares kind of builds upon that aspect as the world is already taken over by AI, and it's the most comical storyline I can think of because it's two billionaires fighting for good, and it's, or what their perspective of good is. One's just a rich tech billionaire, thinks war is beneficial, and the other one is a billionaire who is trying to make the world more like rich with food and, you know, make everyone's life a little bit, which is kind of funny considering the type of climate that we're in, and there's not really any really good billionaires out there. But having said that, all like political commentary aside, this movie is story-wise very thinly veiled. It's another legacy sequel that does not live up to the legacy of what the original Tron movie was trying to say and do. It is more glitz than it is anything else. It's visually stunning. I think the visuals are spectacular. The set designs, the production design, the whole overall look, and some of the action sequences are really well done. And the music from Nine Inch Nails is another like highlight. I particularly like Daft Punk's score more from Tron Legacy, but that's not to say it's not good when it's good here. That being said, the characters are kind of thin. There's not a whole lot of emotional depth to it. Things just kind of happen really quickly. And one particular character, Jared Leto's character, his perspective changes rather quickly for the type of being he is. I guess they just wanted to kind of go. The movie does take a little while to kind of get started, but once it gets started, it's kind of fun. It's like I said, there's a lot of cool action and visuals like splendor. There's really cool creative designs that they did with the world building. Again, they do a little throwback to the original Tron, and it looked so stunning again. But the characters themselves, the story itself is very thinly veiled. The actors do fine for what they have. I think Greta Lee does the best she can. She's still a really good and charismatic actress. The only like criticism I have is for Jared Leto. I know he's supposed to be this AI and kind of robotic performance, but he was so robotic. Like even in the original Tron and Tron Legacy, these AI characters had a little bit more emotion and depth to them, and here it was just kind of flat, and he was just, anytime he was on screen, he was just not very interesting. He had some cool, like, I thought some of his dialogue was kind of, but overall, Tron Ares isn't a particularly awful movie. If you're looking for something that's gonna narratively charge you or challenge your perspective of AI, don't go into this movie thinking about that. But if you are going to watch something that's just visually stunning and has some cool music, this is fun. This is a fun ride. It's a decent movie. I don't think it's god-awful or soulless or anything like that. I mean, it is rather soulless to an extent because it is a sequel just for the sake of a sequel. But having said that, I'm kind of looking forward to a new one. They're kind of leave the door open for a potential sequel.